We're going to use that struggle to build us up. I know you're going through things right now, but actually you're getting through things right now. We're about to change our mindset. We're about to shift our mindset from our prison to our power. So if you're ready, let's get it, okay? And I want to just go ahead and start, okay? I want to earn your share. So if you feel anything I'm saying, just drop some emojis in the chat. Keep the energy up. That's how I know that you're feeling me. I want to say this right now, okay? Today is the day that you decide to apply pressure. Okay, what I mean by applying pressure, I told my son this last night in this football game. I said there's three types of people. There's people that run from the pressure, there's people that embrace the pressure, and there's people that apply pressure. All right, we're not running from the pressure no more. What's pressure? We're not running from our challenges. We're not running from the things that we know we're supposed to be getting out of life. We're not doing that no more. We're not just embracing it, right? We're going to apply pressure. So what does that mean for you? Write this in the chat. What's applying pressure? Maybe it's like I'm taking my life to the next level. Maybe it's like, okay, I'm going to live by my standards. Maybe say, I'm going to go start that dream. I'm going to go start that business. I'm applying pressure to life. I get it. Life gives us pressure, but we're going to apply our pressure back. We're going to operate with a different mindset. We're going to operate in our greatness. We're going to operate in our best. No more just accepting less. No more accepting what the world gives us in this moment right now. Every single one of you, all right, you're going to give what you want to the world. Stop accepting what the world gives you. Stop accepting what people put on you. Stop accepting what pain has tried to convince you that you are. And it's time for you to apply and walk in your greatness and apply pressure. Whatever that means. I told my son last night, I said, you don't run from the smoke. You don't run from people challenging you. You be the challenge, right? You give the challenge to people. You make people rise to your level. You don't fall to the occasion. You don't fall to the standards of other people around you. You make people rise up. And to everybody in here, that's what I want. All right? I want you to apply pressure by making people rise up to your level. By making people rise up to your standards. We're not lowering ourselves for nobody. We're not lowering ourselves to make people feel comfortable because they insecure of our happiness, because they insecure of our goodness, because they insecure of our greatness. We're not lowering ourselves. Some of you have been lowering yourself to make other people around you feel comfortable because you feel uncomfortable that they don't support you, that they ain't happy for your happiness. And you have toned down your happiness. You have toned down your greatness. You have silenced your goodness in your life. No more. We're applying pressure. If I'm too much for you, then you better move away. If I'm too much for you, then you better get from around me. If I'm too much for you, you better find somebody else because I'm not turning down my life to please you. I'm not turning down my life to make you uncomfortable. I'm not going to be insecure of myself because of your insecurities. No, we're applying pressure. I need everybody right now, if you're going to apply pressure in your life, type pressure and share this right now. Share this right now and put, we applying pressure. I'm applying pressure right now. Type pressure. Okay? So y'all feel me. And this ain't even a message. You know what I mean? From this day forward, to close out this year, you are going to apply pressure. Let's get 2,000 people in here. Come on. I need your help. I need your help right now. I know you watching this. Oh, Trent doesn't care about my share. Yes, you. Come on. Let's beat this Facebook algorithm. They've been trying to limit me so much, but they can't limit us, right? They can't stop us. I need everybody here to like it. That commented post right, I see 9 likes. I want to get that up right now. Okay? That pin post that I got about my YouTube video, I need more than 9 likes on that. I put my hard work and dedication to that. Let's get that. I want to see 100+ likes on that pin post about my YouTube video. I need you to go watch it. I'm not just trying to be super forceful with you, but I put my hard work and dedication into that video for you. So I need you to go watch it. There we go. I see 30 likes on that video. Let's get that up. I'm not just pinning that just to pin it. I need to see y'all going to go watch that right now. Okay. If you want me to keep going, if you want to bring this energy, I need your support right now. I know I'm asking for a lot. Okay, but I'm going to give a lot. I'm not just going to ask and not give. I see 70 likes. Let's get that to 100+. I want to see the 99+ on my screen right now, and I'm going to get started in here. Okay, Rose says she applying pressure. Janice said we applying pressure. We are applying pressure. And this is my message that I want to give y'all today. And I'm about to go in. You're like, Trent, you already been going in. I'm about to go in harder. This is my message. We are not going back. Okay? You are not going back. Thank you, guys. We had 99+ on the likes. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Man, you guys are incredible. We are not going back. Let's get these numbers up in this live. I know the people that's supposed to be are here, but there's some people out there that need this video that don't know about it. So keep on sharing, keep on liking, keep on commenting. But we are not going back. Okay? I'm trying to tone down my energy, but I can't. We ain't going back. You got to make a decision right now that we are not going back. We're not going back. If we're going back to pick some people up that need our help, that want to progress with us on the journey. But we're not even doing that. We're going to make them come to us. We're not going back. Okay, some of us have been spending so much time going back, worrying about what's back there, living in our past, worrying about people who no longer should be a part of our present. We ain't going back, man. You're not going back to that mindset. You're not going back to that lifestyle. You're not going back to those people that don't deserve you. You are not going back to the things that don't deserve you. Make a commitment right now. Make it real for you right now. We're not going to go back. Some of us, we've been going back to the things that we shouldn't have went back to, and it's preventing us from moving to towards the things that we need to move to the things that do deserve us. We're not going back anymore. We're not living this life of backwards anymore. And we wonder why we are still stuck in last decade. We're still stuck in the things we want to be free from because we keep going back. We're not going back. I don't care what people make us feel guilty. I don't care if people try to make you feel like you changed. I don't care if people make you try to feel like you switched up. You did change. You did switch up. We're not living this life to stay the same. We're not living this life to still be a teenager when we're grown adults. We're not living this life to still do the things that used to be fun but are no longer fun to us. People going to call you lame. I'm going to tell you right now, people going to call you lame. They're going to say you changed when you stop doing the things, when your definition of fun has changed in your life. You know what fun is? Fun is generational change for me. You know what fun is? Fun is doing this to me. You know what fun is? Fun is helping somebody's life as well as my own. That's fun. We're not going back. You got to make a decision right now for real, for real. And I'm passionate this morning because I see too many people playing. They keep going back and they keep staying in the things that they don't deserve. And it's like, man, don't you realize that you are greater than that? Don't you realize that there's more for your life? Don't you realize that you are bigger than that? But you keep going back to the things that don't deserve you. You keep going back to the things that don't want you. You keep going back to the things that don't love you. You keep going back to the things that don't support you. Now in this moment, we are not going back to the things that don't deserve us. We are not going back to the things that don't elevate us. We are not going back to the environments that don't uplift us. We're not going back to the people who don't support us. We're not going back to the people who don't want the best for us. We're not going back to anything in our life that's toxic on us. We're not doing that no more. So right now is the time in your life that you say, I'm moving forward to my greatness and I'm not looking back. Right now is the time in your life that you make a decision, say, man, I am getting the most out of my life because I'm not going back. I want you to write in the chat right now, not going back. NGB, not going back. NGB, we are not going back. We might look back, we might glance back, but we ain't turning back. Because sometimes what you're doing is that when you turn back, you're turning your back on what you deserve. When you go back, you're turning your back on the life that's meant for you. When you go back, you're turning your back on the things that want the best for you. And you're living in the thing that you can no longer change. You're living in the thing that you can no longer control. You're living in the thing that is expired in your life. We're not going back to things that expired. We're not going back to things that has reached its expiration date. We're not going back to things that aren't meant to be saved anymore. We're trying to save those things. We wonder why we're drowning in our stress. We wonder why we drown in our pain. We wonder why we drown in our thoughts that are killing us. We're not going back. Okay, so now is the moment. I don't know what that means to you. You fill in the blank. You write it down in the chat right now. What you not going back to? I don't know what it is. It don't have to be a person. It don't have to be what I'm talking about. It could be a certain mindset. It could be a certain habit. It could be a certain way of thinking, a certain way of living. And you say, I'm making up my mind. I'm not going back to that. I'm not going back to settling. I'm not going back just to accept an average. I'm not going back to the mindset that I'm not enough. I'm not going back to that because I'm moving forward to everything that's meant for my life. So when we move forward, we turn our back on things that we don't deserve. When we move forward, that don't deserve us. When we move forward, we turn our back on less. When we move forward, we turn our back on people that don't want the best for us. When we move forward, we turn our back on the things that are supposed to stay behind. But we live this life of continuously wanting the things, and I get it because we're so addicted to it. It's a habit. I get it. It's controlling us. But I want to tell you, you got to move forward, man. Life is too short to spend time on things that want to waste your time. Do you hear me? Life is too short to spend your life on things that don't elevate your life. Life is too short. Stop playing with time, y'all. You don't have time. You don't have time to settle. You don't have time to accept less. Life is not meant to be lived in toxic. Life is not to be, we need to change our normal. Some of us think it's normal to be in a situation where you're getting half-assed, right? What I mean by that, you get half-assed effort, half-assed support, half-assed friendships, right? All of that half-assed love. It's not meant to be. And excuse my French, but I'm keeping it real with you this morning. We're not going back. So it's time for you to move forward in your life. And you can choose what you want to choose. I saw a comment. I'm not going to call you out, but you can choose what you want to choose, but don't complain about what you're getting. Don't be on Facebook talking about this person that or this person this when you're choosing to stay in it. Don't talk about, oh, the world's unfair to me when you're choosing to stay in it. My question is, you have a choice right now to move forward. Make a choice and stand on that choice. You know what a real decision is? A real choice is? A real decision, the real choice is saying, you know what? I'm burning the bridge. I'm not going back. Oh, Trent, you shouldn't burn bridges. Child, please. There's some bridges in your life that need to be burned because there's certain things your life cannot afford to go back to. What can't your life afford to go back to? You write it in the chat right now. Or you tell yourself right now, what can't your life afford to go back to? If you want the best life, there's something that you can't afford to go back to. If you want a healthier you, there's something you can't. Man, y'all don't hear me this morning. Y'all ain't feeling me this morning. Maybe it's too real in here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being real this morning. I know it's early. Y'all probably like, Trent, man, this is too much this morning. I get it. I get it. I know I'm going to be too much to people who don't want the best. I understand. I get it. I get it. But I just got to get this through your head. It's just one of these mornings. Maybe, I don't know, I woke up high on life this morning with energy, with passion, with purpose. And I just see it so much. And I want you to move forward to your best life, man. But you got to stop looking back and going back and turning back. You got to stop doing it. You got to stop wasting your energy on things that just want to waste your life. Like you think about your minutes of this year, how much of your minutes of this year has been wasted? Has been wasted on things that you can't control, has been wasted on people that's trying to control you, has been wasted on things that don't benefit your life. We spend so much time in wasted minutes, and we live in wasted minutes. We're going to have a wasted year. And if we keep having wasted years, we're going to have a wasted life. And your life is not meant to be wasted. It's not meant to be wasted no more. Let's get 2,000 people here live. I see the numbers going up. Let's all share this right now. Let's make this the greatest live of today on Facebook. Let's make this the greatest live of today on Facebook, and I need your help. For y'all that are tuning in, y'all see that 99, I don't know how many likes we got on that video. I recorded a video on YouTube called You Are Purpose that I made for you. I put my all into it. It would mean the world to me if you just went to go watch it. It would mean the world to me if you support it. So go ahead and like it. Let's turn that up. I need you to go watch that and support that. It would mean the world to me. I made that for you. So if you want to give back to me, just go watch it and go share this right now. But listen, y'all, we're going to make a decision right now for real. People say don't burn bridges, right? Oh, don't burn bridges. No, there's some bridges in your life that need to be burned because there's certain things your life cannot afford to go back to. So just ask yourself, if I'm trying to be this, if I'm trying to become this, if I'm trying to progress to this, if I'm trying to be the person that I know in my soul that I need to be, what can't I afford to go back to? Right? So if you're trying to be the healthiest you mentally, you can't afford to go back to toxic things. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. And I'm not talking about just relationship. I know a lot of y'all take this for relationship. This is life. Maybe it's a relationship, but this is your life. Some of us, we keep going back to the things that we know are keeping us from our best self. It stops right now. It's time for you to make a decision right now and say, I'm going to get the most out of my life. I'm going to be an everyday person. You know what an everyday person is? We don't play hokey pokey. We're not inconsistent. We're very consistent with our life. We're very consistent at what we want. We're very consistent at what we pursue. People might call us robots. People might call us boring. People might call us, oh, you're doing the same things every single day. But those people don't understand what we're trying to accomplish. Those people don't understand the life that we want. We're going to let them live the life that they want. If they want to settle for less, they want to live life with no purpose, they want to live and waste their time, cool. They want to put labels on us. Oh, you change. Are you stuck up? Are you doing too much? As I told y'all before, you will always be doing too much to people who ain't doing enough. Yeah, you working out every day might look like too much to somebody who got a healthy life. Yeah, you actually reading and elevating your mindset might look like too much to somebody who's stuck in a situation, who's stuck in a lifestyle, who's stuck in a mindset of 10 years ago, who don't want to progress with their life. Yeah. You know what I mean? Actually walking away from things that don't deserve you might seem like too much to somebody who's okay with selling for less. You always going to be too much for the people that don't know what God has for you. You're always going to be too much for the people. People told me, Trent, you're doing too much on Facebook. Trent, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You know what? Yeah, I am doing too much. Because you know why? Because it means that much to me. When people told me 14 years ago, you're doing too much, those people are still stuck. A lot of those people are still stuck in their less. A lot of people are still stuck in their misery. And now they're asking me, how do I get out of this? Well, start doing too much. Start doing too much. So right now is the time that you make a decision, my friend. Everybody on here, you make a decision to say, I'm not going back. I'm not. That old me that you love so much, well, guess what? The old me might have benefited you, but the old me didn't benefit me. So I'm not going back to the old me. That version of me is dead and gone. So if you want that version of me, go look at some memories on Facebook. Because I ain't going back to that person. I'm not living that lifestyle no more. I'm not having that mindset no more. Oh, Trent, I used to love the old you. Good, because the old you was beneficial to you. The old you was somebody that you could take advantage of. The old me didn't know my worth. The old me would just accept less. So, of course, you love the old me. Because guess what? The new me demands my worth. Guess what? The new me doesn't settle for less. Guess what? The new me is on a damn mission to get the most out of his life. And so I get it. I get it. Guess what? The new me doesn't tolerate what shouldn't be tolerated. Guess what? The new me respects myself so much that I'll be damned if I accept disrespect. So yeah, that old you, that old me that you used to love so much, yeah, it was beneficial to you. But this me can be beneficial to you too. But I am not going back to that person. So if you want that person, again, go on Facebook memories, go look at some pictures, go look at some old videos, whatever it may be, because I'm not going back to that person. I refuse. Because that person was a person that didn't know his worth. That person was a person that accepted what he shouldn't have accepted. That person was a person that surrounded his life around things that were toxic. That person was a person that didn't hold himself accountable. I refuse to be that person. Life is too damn short to sit here and settle for less. Settle for less. So my friend, as I lose my voice this morning, to really bring that energy to your soul, and if this ignited something, just put the, I see Robin already put the fire emoji. If this ignited something in your soul, just drop the fire emoji or just write fire. If this ignited something in your soul, just drop that fire emoji, because I just know how important it is. And I know how hard it is not to go back. I know how hard it is when you're making a change and the road is lonely to change, right? Especially when nobody supports your change or nobody gets your change or nobody sees the vision that God gave you. And it's so damn lonely. And you get pulled back so much to that old mindset, to that old ways, to that old environment that you know that you need to be free from. And it's so hard. But I want to tell you something. The journey isn't lonely forever. Because as you continue the journey of the best you, you're going to meet people down your journey. It might take a year, it might take 2 years, but you're going to meet people on the journey that are addicted to being the best them. And you're going to find somebody. Maybe it's one person, maybe it's two person, maybe it's a group of people, a tribe of people. But you're going to find somebody, like in this live right now. Everybody in this live right now watching this is a tribe of people that want to do better with their life. And this is the energy that you need to be around. But understand, when you leave something that's familiar, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. But as y'all know, outside your comfort zone is where change takes place. So some of us, we got to start getting uncomfortable, man. We too comfortable with the things that we don't deserve. We too comfortable with the energy that isn't positive. We too comfortable with it. It's time to get uncomfortable. It's time to make some uncomfortable change. It's time to make some uncomfortable shifts. It's time to make some uncomfortable decisions, some uncomfortable choices. Because I'm telling you, on the other side of uncomfort, it's comfort. Yeah, it might be uncomfortable for a while, but you're going to find comfort in knowing that you're living your best life. You're going to find peace in knowing that, man, I'm doing the things that actually have purpose. One of my biggest prayers every single day, and y'all stay with me on this, y'all share this because I'm about to leave no time soon. One of my biggest prayers every single day. Y'all ready for this? Y'all with me? Y'all with me? We're about to shift. We're about to shift. Okay, we're about to shift into a whole nother, not a whole nother thing, but we're about to shift. All right, if you're ready, just say you're ready. I got to make sure y'all ready. Okay, I wish I could see y'all in front of my face, but I can't. So me asking y'all these questions, your comments lets me know that you're ready. We about to shift. One of my biggest prayers every single day. And when this prayer is answered, it hurts like hell. But I know that it's purposeful. Dear God, if there's no purpose in it, free me from it. Dear God, if there's no purpose in it, free me from it. You know what's hard? Is when you think something has purpose, but you realize that it's purposeless. And so many of you on this live are surrounding your life around purposeless things. You're spending your time on purposeless things. The number one question I ask myself, and you guys can write this down, what purpose does this hold? Before I pick up my phone, I ask myself, what purpose does this hold? I made a purposeful decision this morning to go live with you. This is purpose. Of course, I have my days where I pick purposeless things. I'm not a perfect human being. But more often than not, I'm spending my time in purpose, living purpose, doing purpose, breathing purpose, infecting purpose, sharing purpose, encouraging purpose. Because that's when I feel most alive. As a human being, when we live in our purpose, right? When we be our fullest version of ourselves, when we express ourselves fully, like I'm doing right now, it's an energy that I can't really explain that you live in. But some of us, we're missing this because we're around so many things that hold no purpose, right? They might hold things that make us happy here and there. They might be something that makes us feel good, right? That makes us feel good sometimes, right? That does the bare minimum to make, and like we might be around those things, like, but it really deep down inside in your soul, it holds no purpose. Just because it feels good, looks good, seems good, is good sometimes, doesn't mean it's purpose. Just because it's great doesn't mean that it's purpose. So you got to be real with yourself, right? We turning our back on things that are purposeless in our life. We got to. Life is too short. When my mother died, I realized she died in peace because she lived in priority, y'all. She died in peace because she lived in priority. She lived in purpose. She was good with leaving this earth. Of course, she didn't want to because she didn't want to leave her kids around, but she was good with leaving this earth. Yeah, we about to turn it down. She was okay with leaving this earth, and I saw it in her soul as she was dying the weekend of. I saw a peace in her soul. I saw it in her soul. You know why? Because I believe she lived her life with purpose. I know she lived her life in purpose. I know she spent her time in priority. Some of us, we ain't spending our time in priority. We spending our time with things that don't even keep us a priority, don't even make us a priority in our life. And we spending our time in that. And you're spending your time in purposeless things around purposeless people doing purposeless stuff. It's pointless because that's when you get to the end of your life and you live with regret. That's when you get to the end of your life and you wish you had more time. That's when you get to the end of your life and say, man, God, please, I understand now that I want to do purpose. It starts right now. Don't wait till you're on your deathbed to get serious about your life. Don't wait till you're on your deathbed to realize like, dang, I wish I can go back, because we know we can't go back. But we can start today to turn our back on the things that don't serve our life. My mother died in peace because she lived in purpose. And in that moment, I made a decision that this is how I'm going to live my life. Everything I do, everything I'm around, I know it might be like, Trent, you changed. Trent, you switched up. Trent, you're a little bit different. The only thing that's different is I realize that my time is limited. I realize that I don't have time. I realize that, man, I don't have next year unless God says so. I realize these things. So everything I do, I'm going to live in purpose and do purpose. And yeah, I'll make the mistake sometimes around purpose and stuff. Even with myself, I do purposeless things sometimes. I'm a human being. But I check myself and I say, Trent, what purpose does this hold? It holds no purpose. Okay, let's not do too much let's not do too much more of that. Let's not be around that too much no more. And let's start doing the purpose that we are meant to do in this world. And some of y'all say, I don't know what purpose is. Go watch that video. Go to my YouTube. It's pinned to the top. Go like it and watch it and let that speak to your life about purpose. But we're going to live in priority now, okay? All of you. We living in priority now. We living in purpose now, okay? We living in peace now, the 3 Ps. Write this down. This just came to my heart. We living in peace. Actually, don't write that first. We living in purpose. We living in priority. Write that down. We living in purpose. We living in peace. And that equals applying pressure on life. There we go. There we go. I'm about to end this right now because I see some of y'all getting off. I know you got to go to work. All right? Like, that's it, right? Write this down. This is the 3 Ps that I just downloaded into my soul. Thank you, God. How we going to apply pressure? We going to live in priority. That's number 1. Okay? We going to live in purpose. That's number 2. We going to live in peace. That's number 3. And that is what we're going to do to apply pressure in this life. We're going to live in priority. Write this down. I want to see it in the chat so y'all get this. Okay, what does living in priority mean? It means that you're prioritizing the things that mean the most to you. In that spoken word, you're going to listen to what I say, dang, it's slipping my mind. Well, I'll tell you this. Living in priority means that doing what you love with who you love. I don't think I said it in the spoken word. Doing what you love with who you love. Doing what you love with who you love. That's living in priority. Understanding, man, this means everything to me. Doing what you love. This priority. This is what I love, y'all. I couldn't come on every single morning and give you this type of energy if I didn't love it. If this was a job for me, this ain't no job. I love this. I love seeing people. I was at a game last night, my son's game. I'm going to share this story real quick. I was at my son's game and I got 2 messages. I got one from my team that said, Trent, I got so many messages from our Protect Your Peace retreat, right? The speaker retreat, and how you shifted so many lives. And I said, no, we shifted so many lives. We're a team. He said, man, I'm just telling you, like, I've never seen this before. And she had tears in her eyes, and she was, as tears in her, I can hear it in her voice as she was saying this. This is somebody who's been around me for 13 years. And then that same night at my son's game, he got hurt last night. And I went down there, and man, I don't know if I should be sharing this, but I'm going to share it. I went down there to check on him, right? Usually I'm like, nah, he good. But the coach called me down. I checked on him. And the young lady, she was the trainer there. And she might be in here. She looked up at me, and I could tell, like, I know the look when people recognize me. She looked up and she was kind of like she's seen a ghost, like distraught. And I was like, okay, I don't know, maybe his ribs are broke. I don't know. Make a long story short, after the game, she said, Trent, I wanted to keep it professional with you. But with tears in her eyes, she said, Trent, I know you don't know me, but I've been following you for years, and you helped me through divorce to actually get divorced, to make our relationship work. You were the glue to that. And she said, you helped me through losing my father. And she had tears in her eyes at my son's football game. And I always talk about this, right? Well, God will wink to you, right? What she didn't know is that I go through my moments of questioning my worth, just like you. I'm a human. I know I'm speaking like this to you because I believe. But I go through my moments where I question my worth. I don't stay there. I don't sit in me not knowing my worth, but I'll question it at times. Am I making an impact? Am I just talking? Is this I go through I'm a human. I don't stay there. But in that moment, she let me know that, nah, T, talking to myself, nah, T, it's bigger than what you think. The impact you're making on this world, you will never be able to measure. And every time I start to question my worth, God slaps me in my face with my worth. And she said, thank you for living your purpose. And so I share that with you, y'all. Like, you never know who you're impacting. You never know who's watching. But your life is purposeful. Your life is not pointless. So when I say live in priority, start prioritizing the things that matter to you. So many of us, man, and man, I hope y'all still with me. So many of us, and share this right now if you can. I know a lot of you already shared it. If you haven't, share it right now, man. I want to shift. I want to shift. So many of us, we're spending so much time outside priority. So many of us, we're spending so much time in things that hold no purpose. So many of us, we live a life that we feel like is empty because we're not doing what we truly want to do. And I understand circumstance. I understand you got a job. I understand, like, you can't just leave and I'm not telling you to leave your job or leave this or leave that. But today, hopefully, this pushed you just a little bit. I know I pushed you probably a lot of bit. I forced you to your purpose, but just a little bit. A loving nudge for you to discover, like, man, how can I live my life in priority? Right? Some of us, we've been living our life as an option. We've been living our life as being tolerated instead of celebrated. And we're not treating ourselves as a priority. And it starts with you. It starts with you treating yourself as a priority so you can understand that you are the main priority in your life. So you can prioritize the things that mean everything to your life. And my life shifted and changed when I started living like that. Sometimes I get out of priority because I'm a human, but I got to check myself. And I ask myself every single day, man, what matters most to me? And one of those things that matters most to me is you. That's why I show up every single day with y'all. Not because it's my job. This is my life. That's why I can't contain this passion that comes out I don't always I'm a quiet person by nature. I know you would never believe that, but I am. But I prioritize you. I prioritize this. I prioritize the things that bring peace in my life. It isn't always the popular thing. It isn't always the celebrated thing. But it's the purposeful thing. And that's what I mean by living in purpose, y'all. Some of us, we living in pointless, as I call it. We living in pointless. It's pointless. It holds no purpose. It serves no purpose. It does nothing for our life. And we're living there. We're literally putting our life in that, and we wonder why we don't feel alive. When we're literally putting our life in, as I call it, emotional poison, things that are poison to your soul. You wouldn't drink poison from a physical poison, but we're accepting these emotional poisons in our soul, right? And we're putting ourselves around toxic so much. And I'm not just talking about people. I know y'all want to just talk about relationships. I'm not that relationship coach. I'm talking about holistic. Let's be real. We put ourselves around pointless things. Right? Some of us are working a pointless job. And I know we got to make ends meet, so I'm not dissing that. But we're working a pointless job and we say, man, I have no purpose in this job. And we have no plan to get out that job. And we plan just to stay there and we just plan to complain about the job, complain about the bosses. Stop complaining about your job. Number one, find purpose in that job that you're in. I'm going to just say this. Find purpose in it. Even if you hate it, find purpose in it. Because when you find purpose in it, it can shift, right? It can open up new doors. When you find appreciation and abundance, even in the things that you don't like, that you got to stay in for right now. But a lot of us, we complain about the boss. We complain about this and that. We're having no plan to get out that thing. And I'm not trying to talk down to you, but for me, I made a decision a long time ago to say, man, I don't want to work here ever again. I'm not going to say the place, but I don't want to work here ever again. And I made a plan to get out that place, but I gave my all while I was there. I didn't half-ass it. I didn't show up with an attitude. I didn't show up, I don't want to be here. No. And actually, I shifted the culture in that company, at least the workplace I was at. I shifted it. And some of y'all know that's been a part of it. You know what I'm talking about? I shifted it because I brought a different type of purpose to it. I found purpose in it. I created the purpose with it. But I say, I don't want to be here because it's using too much of my energy. I want to have a plan to get out of this. Some of us right now, man, we got to start doing purpose. Ask yourself every single day the simple question, what purpose does this hold? Before you do anything, what purpose does this hold? That's the simple question. And then we got to make sure we live in peace. But if we do these two things, we're going to find peace in our life. We're going to live in peace. And when you live in peace, it's like a freedom that you have that I can't explain, where I can come on live and not worry about being perfect. I'm not living in perfect. I'm living in purpose. I'm not living in perfect. I'm living in priority. I don't have to be perfect on here. I'm not coming over here trying to be the best articulate speaker and impress you. I don't give a damn about impressing you. I care about impacting you. I don't care about impressing you. I don't have a suit and tie. I don't have to talk a certain type of way. I don't have to make sure every point is articulated and go down the list. I don't care about looking like it. I care about being it. I care about living it. I care about actually infecting this into your soul of this purpose. It's real for me. I don't care about being perfect. And when you live in peace, you don't worry about being perfect, and it gives you a freedom to be your true self. It gives you a freedom to say, you know what, everybody might not like me, but I don't give a damn. Everybody might not agree with me, but I don't give a damn. People might think I'm fake. People might think I'm this, I'm that, but their opinions are just that, and I know the truth. I have peace despite what goes on around me. I have peace despite what people say about me. I have peace despite what this world tries to give me, because I'm living in purpose, I'm living in priority. And so when I live in peace, you better believe that I'm able to apply pressure on life. I'm able to apply pressure on life. And so it starts right now for you. Don't wait till December 31st, January 1st, 2024. It starts right now for you to apply pressure. And I'm giving you my all right now because I want you to watch that video. I need everybody here to watch my YouTube video. I need y'all to turn that on. I want that one to have millions of views if it can, because it's something the world needs to see. So many people are losing themselves in this hustle and this bustle, and they losing what's important to them. Go listen to that video. It's pinned to the top. When you get off this live, go watch it on YouTube. It's called You Are Purpose. I need you to share it. I'm doing some giveaway stuff to incentivize you. I'm actually going to pick one person that comments on the YouTube video and actually shares and tags me on Instagram or even Facebook, and I'm going to do a FaceTime call with one of you, all right? That's just incentive. But hopefully I've earned your share. Hopefully I've earned your attention. Hopefully I earned it. Like, I want to earn it. I don't want you just to do it just to do it. I know some of y'all know me, so you're just doing it, but some of you are new to me, okay? And this ain't no, I don't know. This is all purpose. All purpose. But we applying pressure, man. It starts right now. It starts right now. Give me 5 more minutes of your time. It starts right now. Okay? And I'm gonna just say a few of the spoken words so you can go listen to it. Okay? The full version is right below here. But I want to speak these words to your soul real quick. If you're ready, just type ready. Man, I'm on fire today, bro. I'm on fire this morning, man. But I made a decision this morning. Everything is purpose. I've been making this decision. Like, y'all see it at a different clip. I know y'all feel this. And I'm going hard like this because I want this energy to soothe through this phone. Because I can't hold you by the hand. I can't hug you and tell you in your face. I want it. And I understand we going through a lot, man. I get it. I understand life is happening to us, right? Life is happening around us and things, and we're going through a lot. People are sick. People are dying in our life. People are this and that. We got all the things, but don't let that distract you from the fact that you can still live in priority. You can still live in purpose. You can still live in peace. You can still apply pressure to this life. When life is putting pressure on you, apply more pressure to life. When life is putting pressure on you to quit, you apply pressure and you become that diamond. When life is putting pressure on you to give up, hell no. You apply pressure and you stand up and you get back up. When life is telling you applying pressure to make you feel like you're not enough, hell no. You apply pressure to life and you show life, I am enough. Right? We applying pressure to things. Okay? But I want to end with these words. And I'm not going to say the whole thing because I want you to go watch the video. But it goes like this. It's a lot easier to find yourself when you're being guided by peace. I talked to a billionaire last week and he said, Trent, financial freedom still doesn't mean you're free. Because there's no amount of money that can cure your insecurities when the pain's deep. So why do we neglect mental health just to chase wealth? My question is, what's the point of gaining the world if that game means you lose yourself? What's the point of working harder if you never see your daughter? What's the point of stacking funds if you can't raise your son? Successful to the world, but a failure to yours. You see, it's hard to see what truly matters when you're addicted to more. You never be rich when your soul's poor. It's crazy how we allow success to make us neglect the same ones we say we do it for. You know, leaving behind meaningful things to chase our dreams, just to find out the good life is only half of what it seems. Even Ye said, the people highest up got the lowest self-esteem. Then I told y'all, people smile for the camera just to die behind the scenes. It's not worth it. Go listen to the rest, y'all. Go listen, go listen, go listen. If you guys can listen and share it with people, I would be grateful. Y'all always ask, how can I support you, Trent? It's just this. When I show up, you guys show out. That's it. I don't need you to buy anything. If you want to come to New York, great. Like, the free thing that you can do to support me is just showing up, giving me energy. When I put out videos and content, you guys, like you always do, sharing it to the world. And you're helping me reach the world. That's why I always say, man, rehabs across the world, I'm grateful for you. I'm thankful for you. Like, you guys have showed up on these Facebook Lives like crazy. Like, I feel like it's back in 2013, 14 right now, 15, 16. Somebody told me, that's like, man, Trent, it feel like that rehab 2015, 16 feel. You're doing spoken words, you're going on Facebook Lives, and it does feel like that. And by the way, that's a phenomenal feeling. Phenomenal feeling. And I'm going to keep giving y'all more content. I'm not slowing down anytime soon, God willing. I'm going to keep showing up as much as I can. I'm actually about to release a new podcast today. I just released one Monday. Go listen to it. People are going crazy. How to succeed. People are loving it. But I'm releasing a new podcast today. Right when I get off here, I'm going to upload it. It's about really protecting your energy. So you can listen to straight up at TrentShelton.com or anywhere you listen to podcasts. And I just want to say thank you so much for your time and your attention. Like, I don't take that for granted. I know time and attention and presence is some of the most incredible gifts you can give a person. And you guys giving me your time, your attention, and your presence is phenomenal.